Good day, everybody. Chris Herline here of REAP Financial coming to you with this week's Wealth Report. Today's Friday, August 29th, 2025. So let's get right into this. Over the last few weeks, I've talked about something that's going to matter a lot for your retirement planning and your taxes over the next several years. It's the one big, beautiful bill, or as Washington calls it, the OBBB. So I want to hit a different direction with this because I've been really spending some time researching and thinking through other ways that this will impact you positively. Now, on the surface, the OBBB didn't rewrite the rules about IRAs and IRA conversions, at least not directly. But here's the thing, a lot of the provisions in this law work behind the scenes. And over time, I believe they can have a big impact on how we plan for your retirement income, and most importantly, how much of it the IRS is going to want to take from you each year. So let's start here. The tax brackets from the 2017 tax reform package, these have been extended. Some people are calling them permanent, but anyone who's followed politics knows that permanent in the tax code only lasts until Congress decides otherwise, or maybe a new administration gets in the White House, right? What it really means for us is that we have a window, maybe years, maybe less, to take advantage of today's relatively low tax rates before changes and perhaps higher rates come down the line. But here's the big story in the OBBB. That's something I've been warning about for years. It's stealth taxes. These are taxes that phase out benefits or tack on hidden costs as your income rises over the year. And the OBBB is full of them. We're seeing things like limits on charitable contributions, also a revamped state and local tax deduction, even new taxes connected to its so-called tax breaks, like tax-free tips and overtime pay. For those of you that are already retired or maybe getting close, these stealth taxes, they hit you the hardest. Why? Because of required minimum distributions that kick in your 70s. Those RMDs that the IRS forces you to take from your IRA and 401k each year, well, they get bigger and bigger as you age, whether you need the money or not. And once those RMDs hit your income, suddenly you can trigger higher Medicare premiums, higher Social Security taxes, higher investment surtaxes, and more. This is exactly how stealth taxes drain retirement income. So what can we do about it? This is where our multi-year planning with you and your family becomes essential. We don't just think about year to year. We're thinking a decade in advance, sometimes multiple decades. Strategies like qualified charitable distributions, taking your money directly from your IRA to charity once you're over age 70 and a half. This can reduce your taxable income and help with RMDs. For those of our clients younger than 65, building up balances in health savings accounts before retirement is another underused but powerful strategy, and I've written about this strategy and recorded around it for years. And of course, here we are, walking into September, we need to talk about Roth IRA conversions. This is the time of year we're working with families just like you to get the conversions done. Converting a traditional IRA into a Roth isn't the right move for everyone, and if you're going to do it, it has to be done carefully. But the OBBB has made conversions more attractive this year in a number of ways. With a Roth, you're going to pay the tax up front to get the money in. I call it the price of admission. But then down the road, the distributions are tax-free. The most powerful part of the Roth IRA is that you don't have required minimum distributions during your lifetime. You're in total control of the money. And perhaps most importantly, Roth distributions will never be counted in the income formulas that trigger stealth taxes. This flexibility that we want so badly for you is golden when you're trying to manage your taxes long-term in retirement. Now, here's something that often gets overlooked. It's estate planning. See, when your children inherit a traditional IRA, they don't just inherit the account. They get to inherit the tax bill. Thanks to the Secure Act that passed several years back, once they inherit it, now they only have 10 years to drain the account in most cases. And what's that going to do? It's going to push them into higher brackets fast, likely inheriting that in their higher earning years, just like you may have inherited from mom and dad. But if you leave them a Roth IRA, suddenly the inheritance is tax-free. I think we'd all agree, a far better deal for them and a valuable legacy for you to leave behind. So let me give you a quick example. A good majority of our clients live in Texas. We have clients that live in Florida. And these states, they don't have any income tax. But let's say your kids, they live in California or New York. If you were to convert to a Roth while you're still alive, you'll pay only the federal tax. But if you leave them the traditional IRA, every withdrawal they make will trigger both federal and state income tax. That's money your family never has to lose if we plan carefully. The bottom line here is that the OBBB doesn't change IRAs in black and white legislation. Instead, it's changing the playing field around them. And for our families that want to proactively plan, this spells both risk and opportunity. What do I mean by that? The risk is higher future taxes through these hidden back doors. The opportunity lies in strategies like Roth conversions, charitable distributions, and tax diversification. And all of this builds a mix of taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free accounts, and that lets you adjust your tax bill in retirement. In closing, here's my advice. Don't wait for Congress to make the next move. The tools we have now, the strategies we're implementing now are powerful, but they work best when we plan several years ahead. So if you're nearing retirement, if you're already in retirement, and you want to discuss Roth conversion strategies, now is the time to start running the numbers. Never hesitate to reach out to your advisor to start that conversation, and as always, I'll continue watching Washington for what's next, but for now, the key is smart, proactive planning. Let's make sure your retirement savings doesn't end up paying more tax than it needs to. As summer comes to a close and we head into fall, we'll stay close. Until we speak again, all the best to you and your family.